Well, I think the best part of marketing is that change is inevitable, and when you talk of the consumer, I think the needs of the consumer, the demands of a consumer change every few months, every few quarters, and I think in a young brand like ours, Yes Bank's only 11 years old. Uh, the beautiful thing is that we're entering into newer markets, newer products. So the real challenge is about reinventing yourself every day, learning a lot more, and charting into newer territories. So I think the constant evolution about marketing is what helps me be excited about my job each day.
I really feel that marketing is a 24/7 kind of a job. Okay, every moment that you're out there not only in the market, when you're sitting with a group of friends, when you look at their children, the present generation, you get to learn so much more about how kids go out and do things. When you are out at your workplace, you get to know so much more. When you are out meeting perhaps your parents and their friends, you get to know so much more about the erstwhile generation and how they are adapting to new technology. So I think marketing is a 24/7 kind of a job, and you don't switch off ever. So that's what makes it really exciting for me as a marketeer to be completely cued into what's happening. The challenge that I face as a marketeer is clearly the influx of information and data, because I think about 10 years back or 20 years back we used to say prime time, but there is no prime time now. It's my time, so I don't even wait for the next day's newspaper to come, because I consume news on the fly. And this microsecond flow of information is what is really making it very, very challenging. So your ability to go out and pick up cues which are happening around the globe all the while is what is the biggest challenge for a marketer.
One of the biggest trends right now as a marketer is definitely the fact that consumers have gone so digital, right? And that the ecosystems on which they are going digital is extremely fragmented. You've got LinkedIn, you've got Facebook, you've got Twitter, you've got Instagram, you've got Pinterest, you've got all these websites, you've got apps, within apps you've got iOS and Android, and such a complex ecosystem, right? And sort of how do you as a brand stay connected across so many touch points and such a fragmented ecosystem is really what makes marketing very, very hard today, I think.
The customer is changing everywhere, whether it's India or the world. Customers are changing, Indian demographics are changing, people below the age of 30 are 60%. There's a whole digital revolution, there's e-commerce. I think the behaviors are changing, and it's never changed so fast. So when we entered marketing 10, 20 years back, the changes were not so fast. If some phenomenon would happen, it will last for at least 10, 20, 30 years. So if once you got it, you got it. But today it's changing like in months or days or weeks. So I think what's the most interesting is to keep understanding the consumer, and more important, the consumer insight. Like what makes the customer tick. It's not something if you've got today, it may not be valid 6 months or 1 year down the line. So continuously evolving, I think that's the trick.
One is to get customer today in retail and keep them loyal, to keep them continuously coming to you, to bring in the stickiness. I think that's become way too challenging. With so many channels opening up and so much of people buying at various different places or different. So especially in our food and grocery retail, it's about that ad and about the offers. So everything has become very, very price driven. Whether I have to take a left or right to go for the grocery shopping is very functional today. So seriously, getting the customer stickiness is more challenging.